Join me as we dig deep and uncover the shocking truth about Bishop Rance Allen, not the kind of shock rooted in scandal, but the kind rooted in strength, sacrifice, and the hidden weight carried by those who give the world everything they have. Bishop Rance Allen was more than a gospel singer. He was more than a preacher. He was more than a musical innovator. He was a giant, one whose voice reshaped gospel music and whose life quietly revealed what it truly costs to walk in purpose. To the world, Bishop Rance Allen was a symbol of power. His voice was unmistakable, rich, commanding, and drenched in conviction. His lyrics carried hope, praise, and raw honesty. Through his music, he reached church pews, concert halls, and hearts across generations. But behind the microphone was a man whose journey was layered, complex, and deeply human. A legacy that changed gospel music. Born and raised in Monroe, Michigan, Rance Allen's musical journey began in the church like so many gospel greats before him. Alongside his brothers, he formed what would become the Rance Allen Group, a trio that would go on to redefine what gospel music could sound like. From the very beginning, their music was bold. It blended traditional gospel foundations with soul, funk, and contemporary rhythms that were unfamiliar and uncomfortable to some listeners. At a time when gospel music was expected to stay within strict boundaries, Rance Allen dared to stretch those boundaries. And that decision would change everything. His sound attracted younger audiences who felt disconnected from traditional church music. It brought gospel into spaces it had never been before, and it challenged long-held assumptions about what holy music was supposed to sound like. But innovation rarely comes without resistance. Criticism, controversy, and conviction. As Bishop Allen's influence grew, so did the criticism. Some traditionalists accused him of watering down gospel music. Others believed his contemporary style strayed too far from sacred roots. Whispers followed him, questions about his methods, his intentions, and whether his approach aligned with traditional gospel values. These critiques were often spoken quietly, sometimes publicly, but always persistently. What makes Bishop Rance Allen's story remarkable is not that he avoided criticism, but that he never allowed it to silence his calling. He did not retreat. He did not apologize for being different. He did not abandon his vision to gain approval. Instead, he persevered. He believed gospel music was meant to reach people where they were, not only where tradition said they should be. And history would ultimately prove him right. Choosing purpose over profit. One of the most revealing moments of Bishop Allen's career came when he was approached by Motown Records. Motown represented opportunity, mainstream exposure, financial success, and cultural influence far beyond church walls. For many artists, this would have been the ultimate breakthrough. But Bishop Rance Allen faced a crossroads. He understood what accepting such an offer could mean, not just for his career, but for his ministry. And after careful reflection, he made a decision that shocked many in the industry. He chose purpose over profit. He declined opportunities that could have brought fame and fortune because he believed his calling was bigger than chart-topping hits. His mission was never about celebrity, it was about service. That decision defined his life. The weight of leadership. As his music continued to touch lives, Bishop Allen took on another calling: pastoral leadership. Leadership in the church carries immense responsibility. It requires strength, wisdom, and unwavering faith, but it also demands emotional endurance. Behind closed doors, Bishop Allen navigated pressures few ever saw, health struggles that followed him throughout his life, personal doubts that accompanied spiritual leadership, the constant weight of being a public example while privately wrestling with human limitations. Yet he rarely spoke about these struggles. Instead, he poured himself into ministry. Week after week, song after song, prayer after prayer. He understood something many never realize, that leadership often means serving others while carrying your own burdens in silence. The mentor behind the music. One of the most overlooked aspects of Bishop Rance Allen's legacy is his role as a mentor. Young artists, many unsure of their place in gospel music, found guidance in him. He didn't just teach vocal technique or stage presence. He taught discipline, humility, and integrity. Many credit him with helping them discover their voice, not just musically, but spiritually. And here lies one of the most surprising truths of his life. While he was lifting others up, he was often fighting private battles of his own. That contradiction, strength on display, struggle in silence, is what makes his story so deeply human. Innovation without compromise. Despite accusations that he had strayed too far from tradition, Bishop Allen never abandoned the core of gospel music. His faith remained central. His message remained rooted in Scripture. His ministry remained focused on God, not applause. He proved that innovation does not require compromise. He showed the world that gospel music could evolve without losing its soul, that faith could be expressed in new ways without losing its foundation. And because of that courage, an entire generation of gospel artists was empowered to explore, experiment, and expand the genre. A legacy that endures today. Bishop Rance Allen's influence is everywhere. His songs are still sung in churches around the world. His performances are studied by choirs and musicians. His recordings continue to inspire worship leaders and gospel artists across generations. Social media tributes, memorial videos, and church commemorations keep his legacy alive. But his greatest impact lives beyond screens and stages. It lives in the lives he touched, the artists he mentored, the courage he modeled, the deeper lesson beyond the accolades and achievements. Bishop Rance Allen leaves behind a deeper message. A reminder that it takes courage to stay true to yourself when the world doubts you, that service often requires sacrifice, and that even those who inspire millions face struggles the world may never see. He showed us that greatness does not mean perfection, that faith does not eliminate hardship, and that purpose often comes with a price. Remembering the man, not just the legend. As we reflect on Bishop Rance Allen's life, let us remember both the legend and the man, the visionary who reshaped gospel music, the husband and minister who served faithfully, the pioneer who dared to be different. His story reminds us that true legacy isn't measured by awards or fame, but by the lives we touch, the courage we show, and the authenticity we uphold. Bishop Rance Allen's life was not just a story to watch, it is a story to carry forward, because even in struggle, even in controversy, faith, purpose, and passion can create a legacy that lasts forever. If this story moved you, take a moment to honor Bishop Rance Allen's memory. Like this video, share it with friends and family, subscribe for more deep dives into the lives of those who changed the world, and tell us in the comments, what inspires you most about Bishop Rance Allen's journey, his music, his faith, or the quiet courage he showed every day. Thanks for the watching and subscribe.